So, Gabriel, tell me about the Duem examination.
It was a complete waste of an afternoon.
As bad as that? Did his thesis have any merit?
He is clever, I will say. Perhaps one day he may be brilliant, but his work was preposterously self-confident. Did you know he's only in his 3rd year? Yet he writes very boldly. Some of his conclusions on thermodynamics were nothing short of outrageous.
For example?
I regret to say he denies your principle of maximum work.
Sacre bleu, the scoundrel! Was he convincing?
I suspect he may be to anyone lacking your depth of knowledge. His arguments have a superficial appearance of validity. He cited Gibbs' work in support.
The American chemist. He critiqued me barely a year after I published my paper. Yet who has followed him?
Precisely. I said as much myself. In fact, his appeal to Gibbs gave me additional grounds on which to reject the thesis, among, of course, my other objections.
Were Ernit and Picard on side with you?
Oh, naturally. They performed their part very well. But that was no surprise. Charles is too conservative to change his views, and Abio's vote dutifully followed his father-in-law's.
The entire business sounds very dull. I am sorry you had to endure such tedium.
It wasn't entirely without excitement. Emile had another outburst about Germans and Jews.
Mon Dieu, has he no sense of time and place? I suspected he was too young for this responsibility. How did you respond?
Fortunately, Charles brought him to heel immediately, so I simply gave him a mild caution. But Emile was very persistent in finding fault with Duhem, so I was glad of his presence.
And Duhem? Did he reply to Emile?
No, he did not, which I found curious. In fact, he referred the matter to me immediately, which was quite insightful. He is definitely an intelligent man, a man to watch, a man to be careful of.
A man of the past, a passionate monarchist, a devout Catholic.
And yet, also an astute scientist. He is as familiar with the test tube as he is with the rosary.
No, I cannot reconcile these contradictions. A true man of science must abandon the infantile superstitions of our forefathers and their groveling obedience to the divine right of kings. Duhem is an archaism, an offense. He's an incompetent, a pretender. Gabriel, his thesis contradicts my work. Imagine if it had been published.
I fear such remnants as Duhem will be with us for some time. I shudder to think of him lecturing at the Sorbonne in years to come.
Oh, I assure you, there is no danger of that. I declare in the name of the Republic, this young man will never teach in Paris. I will make that very certain.